want to know why veterans are dying by suicide at twice the rate of everyone else, it's because when we ask for help, the help is delayed and we think nobody cares. That's number one. The second problem this bill seeks to resolve is, and it's not just Alabama, military and veteran cultural competency in the delivery of mental health care is very, very difficult. Our current system of mental health care does not adequately provide for the unique needs of veterans. So we hope with this bill that the department will develop a system of care that puts veterans caring for veterans, and because we believe that military and veteran cultural competency can be taught. I'm not saying you can't help a veteran if you're not a veteran, but you need to understand the culture, and you need to know that a Marine is very different than a soldier. I know that, I'm both. I am a Marine, I'm also a soldier, but I'm very different from a sailor or an airman. And once you break that trust by not knowing where I come from, there's no way you're gonna get me to trust you with my deepest, darkest secrets, which is what's required to recover. So this bill solves two problems. It fills the gap that the Federal Veterans Healthcare Administration has recognized, and there's a provision in it. This system could get reimbursed. We get reimbursed at our clinic down in Mobile. When a veteran can't get what they need from the VA, they get a community care network referral, they come see us, we bill the VA, we get paid. This system can be reimbursed the same way. That's what we're asking you guys to do. I'd invite you to take a look at the bill. I'll be around after the meeting, happy to answer any questions or take your questions now. I'm not sure how much time we have, Mr. Chairman, but I really, really appreciate you, Mr. Chairman, to allow me to be here. It's really, first of all, I think it's incredible that we have a committee in our legislature dedicated to the needs of our service members and veterans. It's obvious I'm very passionate about it. I live this stuff every single day. There's not a week that goes by that I don't get a call for a veteran near suicide or having completed suicide. It breaks my heart every time. I've been involved with 3 national suicide studies. I've written papers on the incarceration of mentally ill folks. 20% of the folks in our prison are veterans. Most of them are not criminals. They have mental health issues. The Veterans Court bill on the table, the CCBHC model has a provision for these clinics and the veterans who serve in them to be involved in these veteran courts. A system that we're proposing, if developed correctly, could meet. It could relieve some serious burden off of our corrections system, off our veterans court systems, off the mental health department, the public health department. This bill would take 10% of the population plus their families, 400,000 of us plus our families. That's 23% of the population. This system would care for them and relieve all these other systems from this very difficult work, and it free up their time and effort to care for the other 90% out there who need what they're doing. So that's all I've got. I really appreciate you inviting me to be here, Mr. Chair, and I'm open up to any questions.
Mr. Chair, yeah. As John mentioned, I was privileged along with myself and Senator Andrew Jones, I'm not sure who else maybe had gone the next day, but to tour this facility in Mobile sometime back. And it is extremely impressive. They've taken an old school building, which first of all really improved the community, one thing, because it was a building that was a historical building, and they were able to refurbish it to a state-of-the-art facility, and it is extremely impressive. And so I would encourage us, to actually, I would like to even suggest a possibility of our committee, along with the committee of the Senate, to possibly look at maybe touring that facility sometime in the future. I think it would be absolutely a great thing to do. So I want to just throw that out as something I would like us to consider.
Okay, I think that's doable. Thank you very much for being here. And as a committee, we exist to serve veterans, which is your life's work, as you described it to me. And I don't think there's anything more important that we do than what your mission is. We are working on a veterans court, but without some other place to send folks or some alternatives, all we can do is put ankle bracelets on people and give them drug tests.
That's right.
So this does become very, very important. And I believe that if we are successful with this, it will free up some other mental health assets, for the civilian population as well.
There's no doubt. No doubt in my mind.
So this is something over the next few weeks we need to pay careful attention to. It's not something we can pull out our magic wand and make happen, because there is a price tag. So there are a lot of folks we have to convince, and the main thing I would do is make sure that we don't give anyone the opportunity to say, no, we're not in an official meeting here, so I'm just rambling. Hey, somebody decided to quote me. It's a look at the camera right there. We want to make sure that we, like I said, we want to make sure we make every effort to be successful. And if we can't get the big bite all at once, then maybe we do it incrementally. But it's something that we just need to figure out how to get from point A to point B.
I can tell you just from, talking about it with folks that, nobody has really given any, reasonable opposition. The question is always, how do you pay for it? And that's a big question. I know there's money. The Alabama Department of Veteran Affairs has sent $90 million back to the general fund in the last 3 years in unused educational benefits. And that's $90 million in veteran benefits that Alabama veterans didn't get.
Well, there's a federal component that I think Advocate can probably
Absolutely.
work with. And after all, we do have a congressman from here that happens to be a very important chairperson. So
We do, and I think that's a really great point, because the work that we are proposing to do, it's really the duty of the federal VA healthcare system to do it. But the question is are we gonna let them fail at the expense of Alabama veterans, or are we gonna step up and fill the gap?
any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Any alibis?
Good.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Hey, doing all right? Good to see you. We were 1 minute down.
I apologize. I didn't have anything ready. I just literally just got the letter from the clerk's office that you were on the committee, so look at, this is the
See you too.
and I need it in a couple of seconds.
I'm happy yourself.
Your information that we're in, man, this is to email.